Lesson 4.3, Understanding Responsibility to versus Responsibility for Your Partner. The difference between responsibility to and responsibility for. In relationships, there's a big difference between being responsible to your partner and being responsible for your partner. Getting this distinction down is crucial for creating a dynamic where both of you feel respected, empowered, and still have the space to be your own person. Because let's face it, nobody wants to feel like they're babysitting their partner's emotions. Responsibility to. This is the good stuff. Being responsible to your partner means showing up, being emotionally available, and generally being a supportive human being. It's about caring for each other while maintaining mutual respect. Responsibility for. This is where it gets tricky. When you start feeling responsible for your partner's emotions, actions, or overall happiness, you've crossed into dangerous territory. This can lead to one person taking on way too much and the other becoming dependent, and that's a recipe for imbalance. Understanding the difference between the two lets both partners keep their independence while still being there for each other. It's all about balance, not becoming someone's emotional life coach. Challenges of being responsible for feeling like you're responsible for your partner's happiness can be exhausting, and not in a good, I just ran a marathon way. More like, I'm carrying this emotional backpack full of bricks way. Here's why this happens. Emotional burden. If you're constantly trying to keep your partner happy or manage their emotions, you'll eventually feel like you're carrying a huge emotional burden. Cue resentment and burnout. Codependency. When you take on responsibility for your partner's happiness, it can lead to codependency, where neither of you can function without constant reassurance and validation. Fun times. Loss of autonomy. If you're always focusing on your partner's well-being, you might lose sight of your own. Before you know it, your independence has gone on vacation, and it's not sending postcards. How to maintain healthy responsibility in your relationship. Luckily, you can avoid the emotional weightlifting and codependency with a few practical strategies. Here's how to keep that healthy balance. 1. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are your best friend. They help you both maintain independence while still being supportive. Define what's yours to carry emotionally and what's your partner's. 2. Focus on mutual support. You're not there to fix your partner's feelings. Think of yourself more as their emotional cheerleader. Offer support, but don't try to manage their emotions. 3. Encourage independence. Healthy relationships thrive when both people have their own lives. Cheer your partner on as they pursue hobbies and goals, and don't forget to nurture your own. 4. Communicate openly. If you feel like you're taking on too much, say so. Honest conversations about boundaries and emotional responsibility can work wonders. 5. Recognize your limits. You're not a superhero unless you secretly are, in which case, cool. You can't fix every problem or control how your partner feels. Know your limits and focus on being supportive without trying to take on everything. Reflection exercise. Take a breather and think about the balance of responsibility in your relationship. Ask yourself, do you ever feel like you're carrying your partner's emotional backpack? How can you promote a healthy mix of support and independence? Are there places in your relationship where you need to set firmer boundaries? By understanding the difference between being responsible to and for your partner, you'll build a relationship that's supportive, balanced, and way less exhausting.